Hey guys, it's Dave coming to you from what continues to be a very hot Scottsdale, Arizona. It's October 3rd, Sunday today. You would think by now it'd be nice and cool, but it's not. It's still pretty warm, still up in the hundreds. Looking for it to cool down next week. But today was the Tour de Scottsdale. So, heat or not, the race is on and we go. Tour de Scottsdale is a 70-mile race. A couple of pretty good climbs, nothing really long, but a couple of shorter steep climbs, a lot of fast flat, and then some rollers as well. So a little bit of everything on the road. A lot of fun, had a good time doing the race. Generally went pretty well. I was real fast on the flats, was not as fast as I wanted to be in the hills. Now, the reason for that is probably my training routine. I spent a couple of months getting ready, doing base fitness. Did a lot of different things than I would normally do, including spin classes. Took a lot of spin classes to get ready for this one. Main reason was I really wanted to get a good picture of heart rates. And you can do that really well with a spin class. For anybody who's really trying to dial in their heart rate, highly recommend spin class with a heart rate monitor, which will get you very comfortable with where your anaerobic threshold is at. And so that was one of the big things I did, and I think that really helped me. In particular, trying to stay below anaerobic threshold for the longer distance race. The thing that didn't help me was probably going to Switzerland with my grandparents. If you've watched my videos, you know I just got back on Monday from a 12-day trip to Switzerland. I'm wearing my Fabian Cancellara Swiss National Champions jersey for the race. And the trip was a lot of fun. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's not the best way to train for a bike race like this. And I think, my base fitness and my overall strength was good enough to help me really motor on the flats, but really struggle in the hills. And I think that's just a result of that. So my goal for the race was 3 hours and 30 minutes. My final time was 3 hours and 39 minutes. Most of that time, if not all of that extra time, had to do with flat. I rented some aero wheels. And the tube was not situated in the tire correctly. It wasn't seated right. And about 8 miles into the race, I started feeling this thump, 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 real consistent. I knew something was wrong with my back tire. And I probably should have stopped right then and there and fixed it. But then it stopped. And then about mile 10, we're going up one of the mild climbs, and it blew out, pop. I mean, just like pow, you could hear it. And flying up the road went all the people that I should have been riding with. They put us in corrals at the beginning based on your projected finish time. So I noticed right away, unlike last year, I noticed right away that I was riding with people who were right about my ability, and I was in a really good pack when I got this flat. I mean, we were all taking turns. Everybody was going about the same pace. If I had been able to ride with those guys, I'm sure I would have been able to come in under 3:30 because everybody was working together and it was a really good group. Unfortunately, I wasn't. So then by the time I got, 8 and 10 minutes fixing the tire, get back on the road, and now I'm riding with people who were always behind me and who's finished, who were looking to finish the race in maybe 4 hours. So, what that looked like was basically motoring, kind of trying to find a group to ride with, and I just kept riding through groups and riding through groups and riding through groups. There's a big 9-mile downhill stretch where I thought I'd found some people who were perfect to ride with, and a couple of them were good, and we rode for quite a while together. But then, had to kind of keep moving up, and that was kind of the theme of the day. Is I was out on my own a lot, and you're out in the wind, you're on your own, it's exhausting. Probably had something to do with the hills as well. So I was really trying to make up time on the flats. I wasn't able to really motor on the hills like I normally would. So. Anyway, it is what it is. I had a good time, another 70-miler in the books. Now, it's time to get back to strength training. Don't have any races on the calendar the rest of the year, nothing until early next year. And so it's a good time to focus on base strength, and I'm going to do that using P90X. So I'll be doing a sort of a hybrid P90X, if you will. Probably start with the lean version as the basics of what I'll do. So I'll be doing shoulders and arms, legs and back, and core synergistics. Then I'll be cycling. On Tuesdays I'll do a short ride. On Saturdays I'll do a long ride. And then the other cardio day we'll just kind of mix something else in. It'll either be a spin class or insanity. Maybe both. And then try and mix in some yoga as well. So really just getting back to focusing on the strength training for a while. Keep riding the bike just because I love it and because I think it's really fun. So anyway, there you go. There's the big update from the 2010 Tour de Scottsdale. Hope you guys are all doing well, and we'll talk to you soon.